Hello, welcome back to my channel. Again, my name is Showa Aderiye. I'm going to be saying that until I'm so consistent that I don't even have to say my name. Okay, so from the title of this video is going to be my university graduation vlog slash life after uni slash things that people don't tell you about after university and what it's like. I am here to be different and I'm telling you what it's like so that you are not going to be shocked, or you're not going to feel like you're alone or only one going through it, because you're probably not. But yeah, let me just start the video. Yes, I think everyone usually does say that, you know, finding a job is hard, that it's not easy, all of that great stuff. I say great, but it's not great. People say that, but I think I want to really clarify that sentence. Finding a job isn't hard. You can find a job. Okay, you can maybe find a job in McDonald's, waitressing, hospitality. You can find one, you know what, even in education. If you have a degree, you can find a job in education, teaching assistant, learner mentor, stuff like that. You can maybe find healthcare assistant. You know, you can find certain things. Whether you find a job that pays well and that you actually enjoy, that's where it's a whole nother thing. Okay, finding a job where you actually enjoy it or that it pays well. My degree was psychology. When you have a degree that's nursing, psychology, basically where the jobs are of service to the public, they do not pay as well. Okay, it's not like accounting or maybe business or tech or law. This is different. They pay extremely well once you get to obviously a space where you're qualified. They pay extremely well because they're not necessarily for the everyday people. They're for the people that have money. Whereas for me with psychology, obviously I went through the educational route. This is for kids. You know what I mean? So it's not going to make a lot of money. Schools don't make a lot of money. The government do not pump money into education. They don't pump money into healthcare as much. They don't, because they don't make the money for it, if that makes sense. So anyways, going off on a tangent, but basically finding a job that pays well and that you actually enjoy is where it's difficult. So if you find yourself in this position where you are working and you are not enjoying it, or you feel like you're being underpaid, I have two pieces of advice for you. One is, have a short-term goal. Earning a low amount, let's say an amount that you're not happy with, yeah, is still better than earning £0. So my first piece of advice to you is have a short-term goal. Okay, what is it that you'd like to do? Would you like to accumulate a certain amount of savings? Would you like to be able to have this much money in order to go on holiday? Would you like to have this much money so that you can be able to maybe help out in the house? What are your short-term goals? What is it you'd like to do? And then see if the money that you're earning is covering that. If it's covering that, honestly, I'm gonna say be content for the short term, because unemployment is real and the difficulty of finding a job is real. So if you've actually got to a place where you found a job, try and endure for 6 months. Try and endure for a couple of months. I'm telling you for someone who has been in it, okay? Try and endure, because really and truly the grass is not greener. It's not greener where you think it's greener. It's really not. That's one piece of advice. And my second piece of advice is ask yourself, what do you have to gain? Is this role a form of experience? Is it a form of experience into whatever you'd like to go into next? Okay, if it is, again, endure. Build up the skills that you need. Build up your communicational skills. Try to liaison with different types of people. It's a skill, you know, being able to speak to different types of people in the world. And I'm laughing because for me, when I walk into the educational setting or when I walk into work, I am not a chatterbox. I don't want to chat from here to there. I'm tired. But it is a skill that I see that other people have, holding a conversation, low-key forcing, but holding a conversation, and that takes you further. I'm telling you, that skill takes you further. Promotions are based on your ability to kiss up to the boss. I'm telling you. So please listen to me when I say learn how to endure and try and build on certain skills that you need for your next job that you might be aspiring to get. Look at the job description of a job that you might not be qualified for. What are they asking for? Okay, now what is your job? Where can you implement those skills? Endurance is very, very crucial. If I could go back, I would tell myself to endure. Endure. 6 months to a year, get that significant work experience down on paper, because if you leave before 6 months, that is not even enough for a reference. It's not enough. They need sometimes like a minimum of 3 months, but even then some places say a minimum of 6 months. Have you worked at this place for 6 months? So if you leave too soon, you haven't even got the reference that you deserve. The second thing that people don't tell you about like the working world is that there's actually ageism. there is an element of ageism. Now, for those who don't know, ageism is when you're basically biased to a specific age group, I guess, compared to your age. So for example, because I'm young, 23 years old, I have worked at places whereby they treat you differently and with an element of disrespect because you are young. All the time. I've worked in so many different schools, and it's like, sometimes they will say you look like a sixth former, right? But it's not what they're saying, because I've had students say it is the way they're saying it. And also just as an element of them not trying to give you a certain amount of responsibility because maybe they think you're young, or just the vibe that you're getting. Listen, sometimes the vibe you're getting is enough. You don't even need facts and figures. When you walk into a place and you feel like the older people are treating you differently, or they're pinpointing stuff, or they're being rude, they're being snappy, or they're maybe even reporting you to your boss, sometimes it's literally due to ageism. They do not like you because you are young. And I'm telling you, I'm not the only person who's gone through this. I have friends who have also gone through this, where there's an elderly person, and I'm talking 40 and above, like almost picking on you. And it's given because I'm young. It's given because I'm young, and I don't know if you want to go back to this age, but it's really off, and it's very prevalent in workspaces. Obviously, there are people who treat you lovely and people who are nice and stuff like that. You can find them, but be prepared to, honestly, there might be a bit of prejudice here and there. Some people might think things of you before you've even shown them any different. My advice again for that would be, know yourself and know what you have to bring, but also do not be afraid of correction. Do not be afraid of correction. Sometimes something that they're saying, there's a tiny bit of element of truth in there. For example, if somebody is saying she's always late in the morning, okay, could it be that you start at 9 and you're getting there at 9:01? Even though for you that's not a big deal, for them it is something for them to now go and hold on to, and now go and report to somebody else. So my advice to you would be that aim for 8:45. Aim for 8:45 so that you are covering your back, that no matter what situation you go into, you'll be like, actually no, I've never been late, actually, or I haven't been late since that day because I've been getting here at 8:45, between 8:45 and 9, so you cannot even come and say that to me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes there's an element of truth, so you do need to like look at it, think of what you could do to improve, and you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it so that when you go into that next job, or you go into that next stage of your life, that you are bringing a better version. Yeah? Okay. Go on, show us. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. I wish somebody told me this. Anyways, I'm joking. Sometimes some people do really tell you and you're not listening because you're not living in that life moment. Like, okay, this kind of links into my first point, which was that it's okay to not be where you want to be. It's okay to not be satisfied with the place that you're at. I believe that hunger that you have inside of you is a good thing, in fact, because it's what's going to keep pushing you to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing in life, because you're not satisfied with where you are. It's okay. This is the early 20s. You are not going to be what you envisioned when you was a young girl in your early 20s. It's very, very rare. And even if you were that thing, you will now be, you know, trying to get more. Be patient with yourself and be kind with yourself, and ask yourself, okay, what can I gain in the moments that I am in right now? Like I said before, if you are in a job that you do not like, ask yourself, what can you gain in this time? What can you gain financially, personally, yeah, career-wise, professionally? What can you gain? What can you gain? And try and focus on these things. And every week is a new week. Obviously, you need to know sometimes there's the time to leave a place. Sometimes you're beating a dead horse and there's the time to leave a place. Pray. Ask God to lead you. Ask God to lead you into that decision, and also give you the courage to make a decision. If you really feel like the place that you're at right now is not for you, it is okay to leave. Please. You don't have to endure till the death of you. That's not healthy. If it's now affecting your mental health, it's affecting, you wake up in the morning and you genuinely are dreading the day, which is genuinely a place where I have been because of the job I was in, then yes, it is time to leave. It is time to leave. But what I would say is that before, if you haven't got to that point yet, before you get to that point, try and ask yourself, what can you do differently in the role? And also, what can you gain? Try. Because I believe that maybe, if a couple of months in, I was a bit more like, okay, this is what I can gain from here, maybe things would have been different. Anyway, I say things would have been different, like I've even shared the story. that will come one day in life. Anyways, moving. Oh, another thing that people might not tell you is that I'm so sorry, your degree is not enough. I know some of you might have heard this before. But I'm telling you as well, your degree is not enough. Whatever you are going into, whatever your degree was in, that's wonderful, but it's not enough. You need extra qualifications. Even if it's to work in a school, you're going to need to do safeguarding training. The degree is just never enough. Okay, you're going to need to do extra qualifications. You might need to do another degree. More time, you probably have to do another degree. And honestly, just be mentally prepared for that. So I'm the type of person, I would not advise rushing into another degree after university. I would not advise it at all. I feel like uni is a lot for 3 years, and it's a lot financially. Forget emotionally and educationally, it's a lot financially. So I would always suggest taking a year out to work, get your money up, and have some experience with working and enjoying your money, because it's just really the ghetto when you're just working and you're paying rent. Like, I know what that's like because I did it in uni. You work and you pay rent and you're eating bread. I'm joking. No, I was eating well, but anyways, all I'm saying is just like, genuinely, I would suggest taking a year out, working, getting some money, and then enjoying that money. If you want higher pay, you're going to have to go back and probably do more education. And it's just the reality of things, and that's how the world works. If you'd like to create your own business, you're still gonna have to get some certain qualifications for that. Or sometimes you'll be coming from a place, you'll be talking about a certain thing, but you're not educated on it. So you can't really run away from education. It is what it is. Just mentally prepare yourself. I would say work, get some savings, and then go back to whatever your original career goal was. Like, you don't have to stop. I'll use myself as an example. I wanted to be an educational psychologist. I'm not sure if I'm still 100% on that, but what I'm saying is that in the meantime, let me work, get some experience, but also earn money and be able to use that money to help my life, people's lives around me, and also like savings and enjoying it and enjoying that money. And so yeah, for me, it's like the goal is there, that long-term goal is there, but I'm being patient with myself. Literally, there's time, there's no rush. My next point is really, really important, and I want people to hear loud and clear. It does not matter how much experience you have, your personality is going to take you further. I need to say it again because I just don't know if you heard. It doesn't matter how much experience you have in whatever field you're trying to go into, your personality will take you further. Your personality will actually take you further. Do people like you? Are you likable? Are you polite? Are you friendly? Do you start conversation? Or are you rude? Are you rude? Are people tiptoeing around you? When you're the boss, you can do whatever you want. When you're the manager, you can do whatever you want. Trust me, I've seen them. They go away with it. They can do whatever they want. When you're somebody who's coming in, let's say at just an entry level, you cannot do whatever you want. You need to, it's so annoying, but you need to present your best self. You really need to present your best self, and you really need to have a personality and walk into a place and let them kind of remember you. You need to make conversation. You need to make people laugh. Like, you actually need to do it, because that is going to get you further than you having 5 years of experience. Honestly, 5 years of experience. And again, one day when I decide to share my testimony, which might even be in 10 years time, when I decide to share my testimony about what really happened after uni and me being like in the working world, I've learned a lot. So when I say personality takes you far, I really, really mean it. Like, don't deceive yourself into thinking that you can just have this like stinky personality and get away with it. Like, it really doesn't work. So yeah, experience is great, it's lovely, that's gonna get you the CV, that's gonna get you the interview, but to get you the job, it's really personality that comes out. My last point is honestly just a piece of advice, is that your career and your job cannot be the be all and end all. It is not going to satisfy you in this life. There is genuinely more to life than your job and what you're doing day to day. We spend so much of our time in that job. That's why it needs to be something we are passionate about, okay? 100%. But you need to have stuff outside of your job. You need to have a hobby that you are doing. You need to have things that you value. You need to have time to yourself. Like, genuinely, you need other things. A job is not enough. Career is not enough. It's not the be all and end all. So if you have a hobby at the moment that you used to have, or maybe you're not even sure if you have a hobby, I would genuinely say sit down and think. Try out multiple things, different things. Try reading. Try going to an art club. Try I don't know, doing a different sport. I know one girl who does ice skating outside of work. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Ice skating, you know what, netball, basketball, get back into some sports. If you're at church, join a department, but let it not be just join a department that's fun. Do something that's fun. Honestly, do other things outside of your job, because I'm sorry, it's not the be all and end all. Life is going to come at this is not to scare you, but life will come at you so fast that you'll actually ask yourself, how did you get here? So please be enjoying the process, and I feel like the only ways you can enjoy the process by enjoying other things in your life as well. So yeah, that is my piece of advice. Honestly, I hope it made sense, and if you have any questions, again, get back to me. But yeah, this is just what I feel like no one ever tells you about. Here is the vlog that I made when I went and graduated. Whoop whoop, thank you Jesus, thank you Lord. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, it's my graduation day today, and I am trying to vlog it. We will see if that happens, but right now we're starting off with, I've stuck on my wig. I'm about to beat my face, okay? Still gonna try.
Sarah at a right. Pro-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Department of Psychology.
We're not playing. We're not playing. What's it like? One leg forward, that looks quite good. Yeah, yeah.